Luckily, we haven't really seen a lot of cars on that stretch of road.
I know. I feel like everything's starting to look the same, though.
I know. It's good people are listening and staying home.
Yes, yes. It just feels like just one big tundra to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now we have Mayor Truly from Canton on the phone this morning. Mayor, can you hear us?
Yes, good morning. How are you? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mayor. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So you decided to shut down Highway 22.
Well, we decided to shut down parts of Highway 22. Particularly, we thought it was too dangerous, too icy, potential for hazards and dangers,
Absolutely.
loss of life, injury to people. There were a lot of people making a right turn on the ramp that takes you to 25, takes you to Highway 55 South. That is quite slick. A lot of snow. We decided to close that off. The Highway 22 part that goes over 55 the ice is quite thick, a lot of snow, quite dangerous. So we just decided to close it down. The matter of fact is that people should be at home anyway, and simply not on the road. This is in the best interest of the city of Canton, the best interest of people who are out traveling in this dangerous and severe weather.
And go ahead.
Have you seen many people out and about in Canton?
Well, there are some people out and about, and there are people who are still using our 22, which is quite dangerous. You know, 22 is 22 exit 119. When you cross that part going over the interstate, it's quite dangerous, and so of course people always make a right turn to go south, and I return to Jackson, and that ramp is dangerous. We believe that as the temperature drops, it's going to become more dangerous. And to mitigate risk and not put people at harm, to mitigate or reduce potential hazard and danger to life and limb, we just thought it was in the best interest, along with the police chief, along with the assistant chief of the fire department, along with Albert Jones of MEMA, along with my administrative assistant. We just decided, and along with Public Works, collectively we decided this would be in the best interest of human life and in the best interest of the city.
And Mayor Truly, the mayor of Vicksburg has actually issued a curfew that started to be in effect at noon. Do you think you would consider creating an effect for Canton?
Well, we haven't done that as of yet. It's something that I'm been taking under advisement at this time. And as soon as I do, I will send you guys a notice by email to let you know that we have indeed instituted and installed a 24-hour curfew. I congratulate the mayor of Vicksburg for installing that curfew. It only lends itself to saving lives and preventing injury. So if we decide to do that, we will certainly let you know.
And this is a look at I-55 north of near Mississippi 22. This is the highway that Mayor Truly, parts of it are closed now to traffic to keep everybody safe here.
You can see the semi-truck right there just at a standstill.
Yeah, you can. My goodness. So yeah, a lot of sleet, a lot of ice there covering this road. But Mayor Truly, have you had any reports of anybody in distress, any rescues?
Well, we haven't had any reports as of yet. Certainly, we hope that we don't have any reports. I think that a lot of people have moved in with their family members or with friends who perhaps may have some problems or difficulties living in their own dwelling. We are in contact with MEMA, the local director here, Albert Jones, and so, but we haven't had any distress like we normally have when it's flooding here. Thank God that we don't have that as of yet.
Mayor Truly, just a question: are a lot of the businesses closed there today because of the weather? I just want to get that out there so that people know if they are closed to stay home.
Yes, people need to stay home today. You know, folks need to skip this day, you know, if they can. It's just something that we haven't experienced here in the state of Mississippi for such a long period of time. A lot of us don't even know how to respond, how to react to this dangerous snow. This is not Minnesota, who may have weather like this all of the time. So we don't have the experience of adaptation and response. So we're just asking folks to stay home in the best interest of themselves, in the best interest of their loved ones, and certainly in the best interest of the city.
Also, how long is this highway closure expected to be?
Well, we're thinking that it'll probably be better tomorrow. We know that it's going to be 8 degrees, 9 degrees tonight here in Canton. So we'll just maintain observation. As the weather improves, then, of course, these instructions and orders will be lifted.
Well, thank you, Mayor. I'm sure we'll touch base again because we'll definitely want to keep up with all that you're doing in Canton to keep everybody safe there. We appreciate you so much. And you stay warm and stay safe, okay?